All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First, want to give honors, God's praise is due to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, and Kakadash. Double honors, Basanel. This is a great millstone. Peace to Akim that's doing this work on the four corners of earth. I'm Brother DeWatt, GMS Detroit Bar Camp.
I'm Ina from GMS Detroit Bar Camp.
Brother sent me this, and I'm going to let it play, and then I'm going to stop it, and then we're going to go through some scriptures.
Of the black people over here getting killed, the black people in other countries. That's the real biblical Hebrew Israel.
Because we're not an all-black group. I had never in my lifetime ever met anybody that was black. I met people that was dark brown, but I never met a person that was black. We're not a black movement, and we have brothers that look like Edomites. So is what it is.
And according to the scriptures, there are no such thing as no black people or white people. I repeat that again. There are no such thing as black people or white people, according to the scriptures.
And really, they're not black, they red. Because the blood shows through their flesh, through their skin.
Right.
Okay.
The Gentile, I'm here to profess. Black people, you are Israelites, you are the chosen ones, you are a prestigious people.
You know that the black man in America is Israel, that he's Jews. Do you know that?
Yes. The black people, the people of color that are here, are the Hebrew Israelites.
Brothers and sisters, blacks of America, it's you. You are the true Hebrews. You are the true Hebrews from the Bible. America gonna do everything, gonna invest as much money as it has, gonna fight as much wars as they can, gonna invite as much weapons as they can, just to hide this away from you. Gonna take Israel, gonna bring white people here, and to tell you these are the Jews. It has been deleted, your history. You don't know who you are. Don't forget about it. This is why America has been taking your history away, never to find out that it's all about you.
Of the Bible.
Because it is all about Israel.
Right.
This whole book is our history. You want to know so-called your history, you so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans, and Israelite foreigners scattered abroad the four corners of the whole earth. The Bible is your history. This is our history. From Genesis all the way up until Revelations, it's our history as a nation of people. You know?
That's right.
Matter of fact.
Gotta finish this up right quick. It's almost done.
The black people.
Say that again?
The black people.
I would interject that the true biblical Hebrews are the so-called African American people that are scattered abroad throughout the world.
They were all black. Black. The brown ones, bro. The real Jews, the real Hebrews, bro. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's good enough. So yeah, and so they pretty much were saying that well, here's the thing: we have 12 tribes. That's the thing. We have 12 tribes of Israel's, of so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans, and we have speckled birds of Israelite foreigners that look like other nations, but their fathers go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob of the Israelites.
But they the ones that committed blasphemy, made the Yahushai look like a so-called white man, pursuant to John 7:38. He said this: "He that believeth upon me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water." So why did he say that? He people that believe upon me, as the scripture has said, because the scripture gives the true account of.
Gonna take Israel.
Get the Revelations.
I'm there.
Get that Revelation first chapter.
Yeah, Revelation chapter 1 verses. You want to go 13? Or 14? Okay. His head and his head.
No, go 13. Yep.
Okay. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one light is under the unto the Son of Man, clothed. Is that clothed?
Clothed. Yep.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot, and uh, girt about the what's
Paps.
that? The paps with a golden girdle.
Kind. And you see these you see these so-called wrestlers and boxers be walking around with championship belts on they on their shoulders and wrapped around their waist. That's the way Yahushua is going to return, because he said when he returns he's not going to meet them as a man. He's going to come as man. He's going to come with spiritual power. He was the original death angel in Exodus. But they have you thinking that he's a so-called white man.
Here you go, right here.
Blasphemy. He's gonna look like that right there. That's exactly how Yahweh Shai is gonna look. Keep reading.
Okay. Clothed with a garment down.
14.
Okay, 14. His head and his hairs were like white like wool.
And that gives you a texture and a color of what his hair looked like. And when so-called Afro-American man goes his hair out, which Yahushua looks like a so-called Afro-American man, because he's from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
And when the so-called Negroes grow their hair out, it looks like wool's hair. And it gives another description of his texture of his hair and the color of his hair, white like snow. So clearly, them pictures that they be pushing of a white-skinned Jesus with long, stringy hair, certainly that couldn't be him, because that goes against the image.
And and Yahweh, he's so beautiful. What he's doing, the false image of that guy, he's actually here right now, and his name is Azos Christos in reincarnation.
Serapis, Caesarea
Borgia.
Khan.
Okay, and so and now he's here as one of his name is David Rothschild. The false image. He's actually here, and I just hope he lives all the way so Yahushua can get him.
It goes all the way back. It goes all the way back to Serapis Christos, because before that, Ptolemy Sata made himself a god.
That's right.
And he was called Serapis Christos.
That's right.
Hey, you could Google it. It's fact.
Oh yeah.
Keep reading.
Keep going.
Okay.
Yeah. White like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And surely none of those images that they push, the so-called, matter of fact, if you Google Jesus Christ, you'll never see a so-called brown man there. You'll never see that image, ever. And you'll see the when they show men of the Bible, they'll show Moses as a so-called white man. They show all the men of the Bible as white men.
And first of all, that's a sin to look like that.
So-called white man, because leprosy is a sin.
Mm-hmm. And the Lord, he wanted to make a difference, how Israel looked, and how the difference between how Israel looked and how Esau Edom looks.
You just a clean leper. That's all. That's it. Keep going.
Okay. His eyes were like as a flame of fire. Okay, 15. And his feet were like unto fine brass. And what is brass? Brass is another word really for brown.
It's like a brownish type metal.
A penny.
No, it's copper. Brass is like a brownish type metal, but it's kind of like a light brown, but but the scriptures give more more distinct definition of what color that brass was.
Okay.
It say as it was burnt in a furnace. So if you burn anything in a furnace, I don't care what it is. If it's
Exactly.
white, it's not gonna come out looking white after
No.
you get through burning it.
It's gonna come out dark.
It's always gonna come out dark. It's always gonna be in a darkened state. It ain't gonna be looking like it's white. No, that ain't happening. And you could burn anybody, and the soot would turn it to a darkened state.
Let me ask you, brother, something, brother. You ever seen white dirt? Some dirt that's just flat out white.
No, I haven't seen
Right.
that. No, I haven't seen that like that. No.
Mm-mm.
No,
No.
I haven't seen nothing like that. I've seen sand that looked like a light brown to a darker brown.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen anything look like that in my lifetime.
Neither have I.
So let's go back and grab scriptures. Let's get a oldie but a good one, a goodie. This is matter of fact. Go to Exodus, and they when they made the greatest story ever told, they didn't add this part into the movie because Charleston Heston couldn't pull this one off. This is Exodus 4 and 4 and 6. I'm gonna go up one scripture. This Exodus 4 and 5, and that they may believe that Yahweh, the power of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob, had appeared unto thee.
Hold it. Now, by you saying that, that's talking about a bloodline.
Yeah.
Okay, that's another thing you Christians want to leave out all the time.
God.
Okay, and that's blasphemy. There's a bloodline in these scriptures that you got to follow.
God.
You go ahead.
God. And he said, and Yahweh said, furthermore unto him, put now thy hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, it was leprous as snow. So that pretty much lets you know that when he put his hand into his chest, and when he pulled it out, something happened where his hand was a different state. It was a different color. And you keep reading on. He said, put thy hand into thy bosom again, and he put his hand into his bosom again, and he plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. So therefore, if Moses put his hand into his bosom and he plucked it out, it was white as snow, and then he put it back in and he pulled it back out, it was like his other flesh. Therefore, Moses couldn't be a so-called white man.
That's right.
Because the scriptures say it was leprous like snow.
And I want to say, by the way, you Edomites that put up that false image, when Yahushua returns, man, he gonna really do y'all in for putting up all them false images and all that wickedness y'all put up there.
Okay.
You got the baby, got the baby angels all naked.
Okay.
And
the angels gonna have fun on their ass, man, because man, they've been waiting to get a piece.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time since the angels been able to actually go to work on anybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they got them looking like babies and neat wings and butt naked, looking like Edomites, man. That's wicked, man.
And hey, it is what it is. Hey, y'all keep on playing. Hey, they're gonna have a good time with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Devils. Y'all the ones that see the whole world had them thinking that the Most High looked like you, his son looked like you. Had us thinking that the so-called Negroes wasn't doing shit. We just happened to start being a people in 1492. That's when we started being a people.
Yeah,
But
because
before all that, we wasn't. We was. Where was that? We was nowhere to be found.
because 1492, that's when Christopher Colombo went down there and got up the northern kingdom of Israel.
Kind. But before all that, nobody didn't know where niggas was at. Even though we had Negro land.
Yeah, it's about West Africa.
Western Africa.
Yeah.
We had Judah in Western Africa. And they even called the Apostle Paul a Niger, if you receive it or not. And matter of fact, let me grab that, because now, if Apostle Paul was called a Niger, in Acts 13:1, and we ain't talking about the Nile River. There ain't no river in that area called the Niger. It's the Nile. I never heard of a river called the Niger, and Niger goes back to
Strong's G 3526.
nigger.
Yup.
I can't make this shit up. Nigger.
Right.
Hey, let me turn up my shit one more time.
Strong's G 3526. Niger.
Nigger. And so if they call the Apostle Paul a nigger and outline biblical uses, nigger, black. So surely those images that y'all put up of Apostle Paul is blasphemy, because they called him a nigger, to his face. This is Acts 13:1, and now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon were called nigger, and Lucius of Cyrene and Matthias, which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch and Saul. They called them nigger.
Yeah.
And ain't that what they used to call us back in the 60s? A so-called Afro-American, well, because we ain't not Afro-American. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We could be everything but who we really are. We can't be the sons of God, because that sounds too good for us. To be who we really are, we gotta be everything else but that.
Can you go to Deuteronomy 28 and 37?
Deuteronomy 28 and 37?
Yeah.
Sure can. We the only ones that fit the prophecy. Y'all don't. The ones that's over there in that land right now, because the scriptures say that the Most High is going to place us in that land, not no Belfort document. You say 38 and what? 28?
Deuteronomy 28 verses 37.
Okay, 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, a byword among all the nations, whither Yahweh shall lead thee. We don't want to fit that description.
Yep.
Hey, when you buy a Modelo dark, they call it a Modelo Negro.
Right.
And that's because it's a Spanish word for dark beer. You know, they have the light beer and they have the dark beer. And the dark beer is stronger than the light beer. And that's a fact. You know, it's one of the better beers. I like that beer a lot. But let's get some more color scriptures. Because if Moses was living around Pharaoh and he say his hand was black, his hand, he put his hand in his bosom and he took it out and his hand was white like snow and he put his hand in his bosom, he put it out again, it was black like his other flesh. Therefore the Egyptians had to look like Israelites. And this is because Israel had melon, had color. This is Wisdom of Solomon 1:5. I am black but comely. Ye daughters of Jerusalem, the tents of Kedar, the curtains of Solomon. Solomon said he is black but comely. And in that verse, King Solomon said that he is black. Beautiful man. In the ancient world, you had many nomadic groups of people saying the tents is a way to group those people, i.e. tents of Kedar means people of cedar, dark-skinned Ishmaelites. Man, you can't even make this shit up. Because, there's such as a thing as dark-skinned Ishmaelites right now to this day. You know? But you want to listen to these false narratives and these lies. Because when they see Yahweh, when he cracks the sky, and every eye shall see him, when they see him, he's not going to look like the image that they've been promoting throughout my life.
Right.
You know, from the moment I first realized church, that Jesus they pushed on us was a white man.
A devil.
And we didn't go by what the scriptures said.
Exactly.
None of it.
That went against the scriptures.
Kind. You know, it's Jeremiah 14:2. Judah mourning, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. So if Judah is black like unto the ground, therefore Judah, the tribe that the Lord came out of, the one the word and they called Jesus. We hate that name because that's not his name. His name Yahushua. The tribe that he came out of, the scriptures say they was black like unto the ground. So I never seen I seen dark. I seen a black ground where the ground is black. But it lets you know that the people of Judah was a color people. They had pigment in their skin. They had melatonin in their skin. You know?
Different shades of brown.
Lamentations 4:8. Their vestige is blacker than coal. They are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaved to their bones. It is withered away. It is become like a stick. They vestige. Vestige. And vestige is their feature. Hata'ar. From Strong's H 8388 outline figurative phrase beautiful, comely, countenance fair, favor form, godly, resembles vicious, a shape or form or outline, figurative appearance. So the appearance is like is blacker than coal. They are not known in the streets. So if they vicious is black blacker than coal, that lets you know that the children of Israel were not so-called Edom white people. They ain't look like that. Back in the old days of old, they had color. You know, even Hosea 7 and 8, Ephraim, he had mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is like a cake not turned, and what happens when you don't turn the cake, not turn? One side is darker than the other.
That's right.
You know, but you keep on lying and try to say that you us, you us, the scriptures don't back that fact that you look like us. Uh, uh, um, this is Amos 9 and 7. Are ye not as the children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel? Saith Yahweh, I have not brought up children out of the land of Egypt, and the Philistines, the captor, and the Syrians from Kurt. And
Want to say something too, because the Edom might have take that. Yeah, see y'all the Cushites. No, bro. That's just talking about the only like when Yahweh wrote that. Okay, he's talking about we're the only nation that look like another nation, but we're not of that nation.
God.
We're Israelites.
We don't look. We look like the
Cushites.
the Hamites, the Cushites that was in Egypt. But we are not the same people.
And on top of that, we got Israel have a totally different spirit amongst all nations.
God, we more spiritual than all the nations. You know, the breakdown for that is some Ethiopians look like Israelites.
Right.
Is what it is. You keep on playing games. You gonna get caught up. Yahweh Shemiah Shai is gonna get you. You know, this is a description of Yahweh Shai. This is Daniel 10 and 5. I lift up my eyes and look, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins was girded with fine gold offers, and his body was like a berry, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire. And that's the scripture I was looking for earlier. His eyes as lamps of fire. This is a description of Yahweh Shai. God, because this is a description of Yahweh Shai. Revelations, the 14th chapter. His eyes red like wine.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And his arms and his feet like the color of polished brass, and his voice and his words like a multitude, like the voice of a multitude. This talking about Yahweh Shai, who you inwardly call Jesus. Y'all keep on playing, but you're gonna have to everything that y'all did unto us is gonna come right back to you. All these false images gonna come to you.
Can you go to Zechariah 2 verses 8?
Zechariah 2 verses 8. Let's see. ZAC 2 and 8. This is Zechariah 2 and 8. For thus saith Yahweh of hosts, after the glory he hath sent me unto the nations who spoiled you, for he that touches you touches the apple of his eye. Go ahead and speak, brother.
And so yeah, you heathens, you other nations. All right, starting at the top of Esau, Edom, and you nations on down. The Lord punished us. You could say, yeah, we was in slavery, okay, because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh. But at the same time, y'all gonna get rebuked and be punished for taking this people and not letting us go. So y'all gonna get jacked up real bad for 1,000 years, and then when that 1,000 years is over with, these other nations will go back, except for Esau, Edom. Esau, Edom is gonna be sent to the stake.
Hey, it is what it is. Hey, you keep on playing, but you know, coming soon, there ain't gonna be no more time for playing. You know, hey. This is Jeremiah. This is my last scripture. Jeremiah 12:9. This is Jeremiah 12:9. Let me see if I look up the next scripture up. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. Birds around about are against her. Come ye and assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. And Israel, we look like a lot of people. Every time when we went into a land and we conquered them people over there, we dealt with the women that was there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why we have Israelites to look like so-called Edomites. We have Israelites to look like so-called Chinese,
like Bruce Lee,
or Ishmael,
mm-hmm.
or Elam, the so-called Indian people.
You got some that look like Hamites
in the country India. Yep, Ham. So, we look like a lot of people. The Most High devised it that way. So, we just couldn't be labeled and picked out among all the other nations. You know, and that's the reason why when this devil come down with that great wrath, he's going to try to see-hip everybody, because nobody know who all is Israel. You know, it goes by the loins. Matter of fact, it goes by the father bloodline, what the brother said earlier.
That's right.
It don't go by who grandmama Jenny or great grandmama Bessie May. It don't go through her. You know, it goes through the bloodline of men.
Right.
This scripture don't talk about the bloodline of women. It talks about the bloodline of men.
That's right.
You know, even when it talks about Mary Magdalene, which was born of the tribe of Judah, it goes about her father's bloodline all the way up to her. It don't talk about her mother. You know, that's it on this one. You know, it is what it is. We are the people.
That's right.
You know, not them people that's in that land right now. Israel was a people before it was a place.
That's right. And that's another cut right there. Okay. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. Okay. So with that, want to give honors, glory, and praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to Apostle Nail. This is a great millstone. Okay. Peace to Akim that's doing this work on the four corners of earth. Okay. Ababa Ball, Kwan Bakiyan, Shalom.